Hi everyone, my name is Dominique. I know there's a lot of single moms out there who want to go back to school but feel like they can't because they work full time and they have children. Well, I just wanted to make the video to let everyone know that it is possible and some of the steps I took to get where I am today. I decided to go back to school May of 2016 and I went back full time and I graduated a year later with an associate's degree, and now I am just finishing up my first semester into my bachelor's degree, and I received a 4.0, which I'm super excited about. And I did it with going to school full time. I still made time for my daughter and I still had to work full time. So I just wanted to share some of the tips and tricks or just advice that I had that can help you out there, and I hope it helps someone out there who is sitting right here on YouTube trying to figure out how they're going to go back to school. So the first thing I would suggest is to cut out all the excuses. Just don't right out the window, because that's the only thing that's stopping you from enrolling into school is all the excuses that you're making up. I actually started college straight from high school, but I had to drop out because I had my daughter and I felt like it was too hard. Completely understandable. And I always kept telling myself, oh, I'm gonna go back next semester. Oh, I'm gonna go back next semester. And then almost 3 years went by and I was sitting somewhere at this job that I hate. And I'm like, yo, I need to go back to school. I just told myself, whatever it takes for me to go back to school, I'm going to go back. I had to cut out all my excuses. I had to cut out the whole, oh, I'm not gonna be able to go back to school because how am I going to do this with a toddler? I'm gonna wait until my daughter in high school. That was my number one line. I'm gonna just wait till she's in high school. By the time my daughter is in high school, I'm gonna be like, I could have did this 10 years ago, 11 years ago. So cut out all the excuses. If you really want to go back to school, nothing is going to stop you. You're going to put your whole life around going to school and you're going to make it work. You know how they say, like, you got to want your dream as much as you want to breathe? It's true. It may sound a little cliche, but it's true. Like, you busy all day, you do a million things already all day, but you make sure you breathing, right? You breathe. Make sure you go to school. Like, it's going to be times where you're going to be sitting up late at night like, yo, how am I going to finish this assignment? I'm just done. Throw the whole education in the trash. No, but you can't. You just have to keep on going. And, just keep on going. Cut out the excuses. Decide you're going to go to school today. Once you put it in your mind that you're going to school and ain't nothing or nobody going to stop you from going, you need to look at all your options. Now, when I say look at all your options, just take one of your free days to yourself and grab a glass of wine. If you're old enough, grab a glass of wine and just Google search. Type in your city and type in college programs for working adults, or adult learning programs, or night programs, online programs. Just Google search everything and weigh up all your options. Figure out if you want to go to night school. Figure out if you want to go to school during the day. Figure out if you want to do online classes. Figure out if you want to do accelerated classes. Figure out, what pace you want to go in. And you don't have to figure out your major. That was another one of my excuses. Oh, I don't know what major I want to do now because I wasn't doing that well in this major. I don't know what I want to do. You don't need to know your major immediately. Now, a lot of people may not like that I said that, but honestly, in my opinion, I feel that all core courses are just about the same. You need electives, and I feel that if you're not sure of what major you want to go to, you can take electives that are similar to the major, or will give you like a little taste of what the major is about, so you'll know, oh, let me take the psychology class. I think I might be interested in majoring in psychology. You take the psychology class and you're like, oh, I hated psychology, but you passed, and you can still take that psychology class and put it to an elective to a degree that you figure out that you want to do in the end. So I feel like, not knowing your major, if you know your major, cool, perfect, go straight for it. But if you don't let not knowing what major you want to major in stop you from enrolling into school. So look at all of your options, figure out what works best for you. Call up them schools. I talked to a million admissions counselors. I even went up to them, I made appointments, emailed them, did everything so I can be as prepared as I possibly can, because at this point, I'm serious about my education and this is something that I definitely want. So after you cut out all the excuses, weigh out all of your options, the third thing you need to do is come up with a plan. So now that you know what school you're going to, you're serious about going to school, you need to figure out a plan so that going to school can be possible and as less stress-free. It's going to be stressful, but make it a little less stressful with having the plan. I remember my first semester when I went back to school, I had a teacher ask everyone in the class, do you work full-time? Do you have kids? And are you taking more than 2 classes? And I said yes to all 3 of those. She told me that she wanted me to make a schedule from the time I wake up in the morning until the time I go to bed, and make sure that I allotted at least 3 hours a week for this class and every other class that I was taking. And she said by doing that, it'll make it a little bit easier. I needed to at least be working on her class 3 hours a week to be successful. And she said take that same mindset with all of your other classes. So I did just that. 3 hours a week per class sound like a lot, but it's not when you put it all on a schedule. So I always allotted 2 hours a day after I get everything situated, even if it's later at night and I can't go to bed at an early time like I normally would, I still made it work. So I do 2 hours a day on my work days, and then I'll allot a little bit more on the weekends, along with making time for my daughter at wine. And that's how I did it. And you're not going to follow this schedule verbatimly every single day, but working that schedule will give you a little feel and a little you will be more organized, I would say. So I definitely feel that making the schedule and creating the plan will definitely set you up for success when you do start your classes. And the fourth thing that I wanted to bring up, which is it sounds like the most easiest, but is not, and that's staying consistent. You have to be consistent. You have to consistently go to class. You have to consistently tell yourself that you can do it, because I'm telling you, it is not easy. It's one of the hardest things that I've done thus far, but it's so rewarding, and it feels amazing when I get my grades back and my teachers be like, yo, I'm so proud of all the work that you're putting in to the classroom, and you get those good grades. And when I got that 4.0, I was jumping for joy, because I'm like, yo, I really can do this. I really can go to school and be successful and be a mom. And I still spend time with my daughter. My daughter is taking 3 extracurricular activities outside of school that I put in time for. So yeah, we have a busy schedule from day to day, but at the end of the day, I will be graduating soon and it'll all be worth it. And I feel that if I can inspire at least one person to go back to school that really wants to go back but isn't sure how, I want to be that person that they can go watch their videos and tell you that you can do it. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. I am not the smartest person on the planet. I started out with a 1.9 GPA once upon a time, and now I have a 4.0. I have a daughter. I'm a single mom. I work full time. I do it. It's possible. So I want everyone who is watching this video, who are thinking about going to school, to just do it. Do it. Just go. Enroll into school. And if you follow those steps, I'm not saying that my steps is 100% foolproof, but it definitely makes it a little bit easier. And I just want to be the person to tell you that it is possible. And it's going to be hard, but you have to be dedicated. You can do it.